so the rupee depreciation against the dollar has been something that all the developers, we need to face it, we need to deal with that. It's not only the developer, even the buyer, when it comes to the affordability, this is totally impacted on both sides. So when it comes to the developers' payments to the suppliers for construction, 70% of the construction cost is based on the imports that you need to do. So all your dollar payments, the whole forecast kind of has really got impacted with the drastic change that has happened within especially the past 2-3 years. From 2018 onwards, it has been at the range of around almost 15% year on year. Whereas before that, when the projects were being planned in 2014-13, at this stage, the depreciation has been at the range of 3% per year. So this has completely changed, especially after 2018 with the events that took place one by one. If you take the sudden constitutional crisis that took place in October, and then again April next year, the Easter attacks, and then followed by the COVID-19. All these things have been like aliens which has come into the system and completely changed. So now we have to face the reality and we have to be as realistic as possible to manage the situation. What happens is, we as a developer, we have to give the benefit to the customer in forms of discounts or maybe conversion rates. But at the same time, we need to make sure that we have enough funds to pay back to the supplier as well. So if you don't manage this properly, this gap keeps increasing and then you start bleeding. And that's when you will not be able to finish the product. And end of the day, if you have the finished product, everyone will become the winner. But if you try to pacify on a very short term, just to have a short term gain, to retain some sales and give everything that you have to the in forms of discounts and special conversion rates, you will not end up doing the product, finishing the product. So this is something that has to be managed very carefully, and I think all the stakeholders needs to really be, you have to be as realistic as possible to manage the situation. So this is something all the developers have to be very careful, and we have been extremely careful in managing the situation. So having said that, there is one party that's really benefited out of this whole situation, that's the non-residents. You know, for those who are earning in dollars, this is the perfect time to invest in Sri Lanka. And these are the developing areas, especially when it comes to the pricing factor. If you compare with the similar region, this is one of the best investments in Sri Lanka. The ticket price that you get here, and the fact that it has always been at an increasing trend when it comes to property prices. It's perfect time to invest because you're spending less dollars to buy an apartment in Colombo, and these are high scale projects that's coming up in this country. So therefore, there is immense opportunity for non-residents to purchase. So I think the decision makers also should look at the possibility of opening the avenues for them to invest, maybe through banks, through facilities. You know, these are the things that the government should really look at in order to bring in dollar funds to the country. And I think by doing that, we can really balance the whole situation to make it a very viable investment, and therefore the industry will have a very good future.